Right, so, boys, today is day 12 in Thailand. So the plan is to get some breakfast and then head out to one of these co-working spaces where I can do some work as well as some editing. Just a quick announcement on the vlogs. So today's a Sunday and I've got basically 2 more weeks left in Thailand. Now I could continue doing daily vlogs, but I realized that it might be better to just split the vlogs into weekly videos. So since I won't be approaching as much now that I've had a few dates, I don't think it really makes sense to post every single day. There just won't be that much content or different stuff to talk about. So yeah, I'll basically do a weekly vlog for the upcoming week, and then the week after that, yeah, maybe I'll do a podcast kind of video, maybe once next week or maybe a few times the week after. But yeah, when it comes to the vlogs, I won't be releasing them daily. I'll do a weekly one. So yeah, today will be the last daily vlog. But yeah, anyway, now that that's out the way, I wanted to just give an update on the date that I had last night. So yeah, last night I had my second date with the half German, half Nigerian girl that I met maybe 4 days ago now. So we'd already gone on a first date. We went to get a coffee and we actually made out on that date, so that went really well. And then, of course she wanted to go on a second one, so we planned that for last night. And yeah, that went well as well. So we went to a nice small bar that's not too far from where we both live. And yeah, we had drinks, we kept on talking, again, maybe spoke for about 2 hours. Yeah, a lot more flirty this time around. I think that's just because of the nature of the venue. It was a bar and we had a drink or two, and yeah, it was obviously a nice atmosphere and setting as well. We even had like another live musician play some music for the entire crowd or the entire bar. And I was even talking to him. He asked me for some recommendations. There was a nice moment where, because we were sat in the front row, me and this girl, so there was a point where he finished one of his cover songs, and then he looked at me, looked at her, and asked me, "Oh, how long have you two been dating for?" And obviously I looked at my date and we both giggled and laughed. And then I told him, I think it's better you ask her that question. So yeah, we both kind of laughed about it. And then yeah, we kept on talking, kept on flirting. It was definitely, let's say, more flirtatious than the first date. But I think that makes sense because we'd already been acquainted with each other. We'd already spent, that first time we spent 3 hours speaking over coffee. So yeah, she was already comfortable, and we'd already essentially broken the ice and gotten to know each other fairly well. So I think this second date was just an extension of that, and it was just a way for us to have a bit more fun. But yeah, towards the end I suggested we leave, and then we I paid for the drinks. We got up, we left, we made out some more, we made out outside the venue. And then I tried to get her back to mine, but she declined, which obviously I accepted, it was fine. And then I just walked her back to her place, and yeah, we called it a night. Now, obviously, in an ideal world, best case scenario would have been, she comes back to mine, we continue the night, we have a good night together, and then boom, there you go, full distance achieved. But yeah, that didn't happen. And obviously I'm going to be honest about it to you guys. Yeah, it's just part of the game. You're not always going to bring the girl back for whatever reason. And yeah, it's not a big deal. Of course, in the moment, it's a little bit of a gut punch, because if you think about it, it is another form of rejection. And of course, we're guys, right? Like, that's kind of what we're looking forward to whenever we have a date, especially when the date goes really well, because the date was going really well. And yeah, our vibe was undeniable. So I think in those moments, you almost expect the girl to come back. It kind of feels as if it's going to happen. But yeah, so when it doesn't, it's a disappointment, but it is what it is. Not a big deal. Yeah, we'll see if I see her again. I think I just want to let it breathe for a second, because we did see each other in quick succession between the first date and the second date. So yeah, I'm just going to let it breathe for a second. I'm going to see the other girl that I'm talking to, the Thai girl, and then I'll also do more approaches. So even though I'm not going to be filming daily vlogs or releasing daily vlogs, I still plan on approaching pretty much every day, at least once or twice, because I still have 2 weeks left, and yeah, I want to sharpen up the skill set, get some more experiences if I can, and yeah, test myself a little bit as well. So yeah, I'll certainly keep on pushing on that front. But yeah, that's pretty much the update. I will obviously keep you updated in the next video whenever that comes out. But until then, yeah, it's been a good time so far. I really enjoy Thailand. It's a beautiful country. Bangkok is an amazing city. I could definitely see myself living here in the long term if I wanted to escape the European winters, which is right now. But yeah, other than that, the people are amazing, the culture is great, the food is amazing. So yeah, I'm really enjoying myself. I think for the next 2 weeks, I want to focus a bit more on, sorting out my career path and putting some more time into my work, just so that I'm a little bit more reassured and, let's say, certain about where I want to live and what I want to do, because I'm in a pretty transitional phase in life. So yeah, I also want to dedicate some time towards that, not just focus on the dating part, because the dating part is pretty much sorted. Of course, I want more experiences, I want to have fun, but the benefit of cold approach is that you don't have to always think about it now. Like, you learn cold approach to kind of forget about it. What's going on, fellas? I just wanted to give an update on what happened yesterday. So yesterday would have been day 12. And yeah, I did a few approaches. I didn't get any immediate breakdowns on camera, but I thought I might as well just talk about a few of them. Yeah, so I mean, obviously yesterday was spent in the co-working space, just working, editing. Yeah, in between my, let's say, 2-hour work sessions, I would go out, get some steps, because I don't like being sat down for too long. So I thought, you know what, that would be a great opportunity to do a few approaches as I maybe walk around one floor of the mall. So again, this is a massive mall, so if I want to go get a coffee at Starbucks, I have to go up to the 7th floor, which is a lot of steps. So yeah, I basically just approached on my way to get a coffee or on my way to get like a snack, or if I was coming out from the bathroom. So yeah, I think I did about 7 approaches across the entire day. And yeah, I had a few conversations. So I guess to summarize it, there were a few blowouts. So there was one Canadian girl who I approached her. I actually stopped her, but as I stopped her and was giving the compliment, I could tell that she was still a little bit confused. Then I gave her the compliment, and then I did this thing where whenever I give a compliment and the girl still seems a little bit confused, I kind of doubled down on the compliment. So in this case, I was like, hey, you look really good. And then I could see that she was a little bit still confused. So I went, you look amazing. I saw your tattoos and I just wanted to come and say hi. So once I said that, she was a little bit more receptive. I could even see her now shifting her body like in front of me to actually speak to me. But it was funny because we spoke for a bit. I asked her a few questions. She actually asked me a few questions because, turns out she was here on holiday, celebrating her birthday, solo trip, yada, yada, yada. And then as I was giving her some info about me, and then as I asked her a question, she kind of just like put it to a stop and said, okay, that's great, thank you, but I'm gonna go now. And then she just walked off. And so yeah, that was quite funny. And then I kept on pushing, went back to do some more work, came back out to get a herbal tea or something. And then I approached 2 groups of 2. So back to back, I approached these 2. Initially, I approached these 2 girls who were, they were just walking around, and they didn't stop for me. So that was one of those blowouts again. And then the next one, I went for another 2 sets, and they both stopped, but they didn't really speak English that well. And so obviously at that point, we just laughed it off, and I said, okay, whatever, well, either way, have a good day. And then they just went off. So, but that second one was interesting because I literally approached them in between these 2 designer kiosks. So like, at the ground floor, there's a Dior stand, and there's like a Versace stand or something, and then people walk up and down in the middle. And so I approached these 2 girls right in the middle, and there were literally, you know, those customer sales assistants who are dressed up in black, and that, you know, they're the ones who are selling the merchandise. There was like a group of 5 of them just talking, and literally like they watched the entire thing go down. Now obviously this wasn't one of my best approaches, whatever, so you know, it was basically a blowout, although at least I managed to get them to stop. But it was funny because I was in my head as I was about to approach them, a part of me was like, I could wait a little bit, like I could wait a few more seconds for the 2 girls to walk a bit further ahead, so that there isn't as much pressure, essentially, to do the approach in front of these you know, customer sales people. But I was like, nah. If that's I was thinking to myself, like in that split second, I thought, if that's what scares you, Ian, just go for it now. Like literally do it right in front of them. Just do it. And it's funny because there was a guy in the comment section, I think I don't know which video it was, but he was like, he basically said that, you know, he doesn't understand why we, when I say we, I mean myself or Ephraim or even Christian maybe, or anybody else. He said he doesn't understand why we talk so much about bold approaches where you're doing it in front of other people. But the reason I like to bring these up every now and then is because it's, you know, that's what people are afraid of. That's what I'm afraid of. So I'm just being transparent and saying, this is what I'm afraid of, right? I am still sometimes afraid of approaching in front of a group of people. And it's not like I'm doing it to perform in front of them. I don't care about that. It's just the fact that if I truly believe in what I'm doing and I'm fully convicted, then I will approach as soon as I can, irrespective of what other people might think. As long as I'm doing it in a proper way, as in I'm giving the girl space, I'm socially calibrated, I'm not spooking them, I'm not getting too close, I'm not obviously not catcalling them like what people do, you know, in like, I don't know, like in New York or something. But you know, as long as I'm doing it in a respectful way, then it is important that I go in with full conviction, which means going in as soon as possible, which also means if it's in front of other people, then I have to do it in front of them, right? So yeah, that's what I did. And after I let the 2 girls go, I walked obviously towards the exit, and I looked at all of them, and there was like 3 guys and a girl, and like one of the guys was smiling, the other guy was just like confused, and then like the girl was kind of like also confused, like what the hell did this guy just do? But I mean I took her look as like, I'm not sure what this guy's up to. But again, that might just be me projecting my own little insecurities onto her. God knows what she was thinking, right? The guy was obviously like smiling and stuff, so I guess he thought it was cool and funny. But again, of course, to be fair, it's also a reminder that this isn't a common skill or like a common way it's not a common thing to do in the normal world. So, you know, I made that video about the black sheep mentality and how if you want to get good at cold approach, you have to accept that you are an exception, which means you do things that other people don't do, and therefore they won't understand it, and they don't need to understand it, right? You just have to be proud and accepting of whatever you do, and go forward with conviction and true belief, and then everything else that anybody else thinks doesn't really matter. But yeah, anyway, so that was that approach. So up until that point, I was like, okay, well, obviously I'm done now, because at that point I'd already wrapped up my work, packed my bags, and I was heading out of the shopping area. So then I went on my way home. I was trying to find some food in the food court, and then I found this absolutely gorgeous girl. She was wearing like a gym outfit, and yeah, this was the last approach of the day. And I got in front of her just before she got to the escalator, and yeah, we spoke for a few minutes, and then she actually she wanted me to walk her home. So we actually left the shopping center together. Turns out she works in like one of the designer one of the fancy gym wear stores. I won't say the specific store, but yeah, she was gorgeous. From Thailand, but like used to live in the US for a bit. So yeah, we were actually able to communicate, because I found that some Thai girls just don't speak English that well, which is obviously fine. I'm in Thailand. I don't expect everybody to speak English, but a lot do. And when you find the girls who do, it's pretty cool. Because yeah, I'm also like, I mean, I'm from the UK, but I spent 5 years in Kenya, so you know, I'm somewhat receptive, and I don't know, like I have an affinity or like a bond with people from like different countries or like non-English speaking countries. But anyway, yeah, so we spoke, and then I got her number, and she told me that she's free tomorrow evening. So yeah, hoping to have a date set up with her tomorrow. Not confirmed, but could potentially happen. Yeah, this week probably will be a bit light on the approaches, but I'll still be releasing videos every few days, and might even do a live stream soon. I need to get to 50 subscribers to get a live stream going, so hopefully by the time this video comes out, I'll already be there. But yeah, either way, thanks for the the support. There's always guys in the comments who are talking about how the videos help them, and so that really means a lot. So I'll be trying to just release valuable stuff that you guys can use, or hopefully it makes you think about some of these topics in a different way, or it just helps you in your journey, or just gives you a new perspective. Anyway, I'm very sweaty. I don't even know if you can tell, but I just came back from a run, and I'm happy I went for it. It's my first proper 3K, 4K run here in Thailand. I avoided it because of the humidity, and even though I'm happy I did it, my goodness, running in humidity, like this level of humidity, is insane. It's actually really tough. Like the breathing part was just intense, but I'm glad I did it because now I've got that amazing runner's high. So yeah, workout done, gonna hop in the shower, and then go back to the co-working space, do a bit more work. I might have another date, a second date with the other girl that I met, the half Thai, half Dutch girl. I'm thinking of going to like a cool art gallery that's in town, so I want to invite her to it, so we'll see if she comes through. That's about it from me. Otherwise, I'll speak to you soon. Peace.